Here we have a 2022 on a 22 registration. Iveco Daily 70C21. Ilesbus iCity Max 31 seat PSVAR compliant service bus. So, we are at the Kingdom of Coaches this morning. Anthony's Travel in Runcorn. Looking at this very modern, low floor midi bus, if you like. I actually think Anthony's kind of metallic rose pink or whatever it's called actually suits this vehicle. You know, some things just look better not in white. Well, I think this is one of those vehicles. Very straight on the bodywork, as you can see. No bumps and prangs. All this does is like an hospital shuttle between Warrington and Halton Hospital. That's all it does. Nothing more, nothing less. Reverse cameras fitted. They do have a very, very limited amount of luggage space. Just, I don't know if you need to put what? I was going to say prams, but prams just roll on, don't they? But listen, it's there if you need it. Obviously it's used for mop buckets and cleaning stuff, which isn't a bad thing. Back down the near side again, she's all good. We've got Mobitech LED destination displays to front, side and rear. And then we've got this double panel plug type entrance door. Now what you can do with that, there's actually a switch on the dash, and you can make it so that the front half only opens and closes. So if you're on some job where you want to restrict access, let's say you're on a school contract and the kids just pile on, well, you can sort that by only opening the front half. So it's kind of a passenger restrict, crowd control, that's the phrase I'm looking for, crowd control. We've got a manual fold-out wheelchair ramp, and as we jump on board, you can see that it's quite sexy inside. So we've got these, counting the two tip-ups, 31, of which 29 are your main seats. High back seats with 3-point seat belts. They're finishing this two-tone leather, which as soon as I saw it, I said very Westbus-esque, if you like. And a lot of you'll know what I mean, particularly the guys at Westbus. We're wide for CCTV. We've got USB connectors at every seat. Wood effect laminate to the floor. This, to me, super usable vehicle. We're fully air conditioned as well, hence no opening windows. This is dead usable for me, because not just only as a service bus, we hark back to the 1970s and 80s dual purpose vehicle. Okay, that's what we're harking back to here if you're old enough. Where not only can it be used as on service, it can be used on school contracts, little swimming runs. You know, 31, it's about a class and a couple of teachers, so you can use it for swimming. Even little private hires, just, you know, if you're just taking a school into town to the museum or sports fixture, that sort of thing. Lots of uses. Rail replacement to limited access stations. Lots and lots of uses for this vehicle, and that's what I like about these. They're not a one-trick pony. Very usable. You've got space for one wheelchair, which you lose two tip-ups, which also have lap belts fitted. Would you class that as a crew seat? Certainly not a passenger seat, because it kind of restricts access. You can see it's rough around here, can't you? Have a look, steering wheel lock. So yeah, is that a crew seat? Is it a passenger seat? I'm going to say crew seat just because of where it's positioned. I'm not sure you'd ever have a double man job with this, but maybe, you know, if you're using it on a school contract that has a passenger assistant, that sort of thing, they've got somewhere to sit as well. They're not great for one-man operation because obviously the passengers are getting on behind the driver. you'd have to adapt to that, wouldn't you? Maybe for lightly loaded rural services, they're not ideal. You know, but it's a standard kind of Iveco cab that you find in a coach. The driver's seat's starting to show signs of wear, but obviously that's the one that has a backside in it more than any of the others. Fairly straightforward dash layout. You've got the Iveco Austin Allegro steering wheel, which has got multifunction controls on it. Good old school manual retarder. These have also got electronic handbrake. Multimedia system that's got Bluetooth connectivity as well. 210 brake horsepower Euro 6 Iveco engine. That's driven through this Himatic 8-speed automated gearbox. Essentially, and I've said this before, see my transporter van out there? No different than driving that. Okay. Digital tachograph fitted as well for your private hires, showing 264,000 kilometres, which is up there for a vehicle of this sort of size being 2 years old. But as you can see from the timetable, first run 6:30 in the morning, last run 20 to 10 at night. So it's an all day jobby, this bus. In fairness, I'm very privileged they've managed to keep it in for me. But I think inside just sets it off. You know, it looks really classy inside. Anyway, to wrap it up and recap, she is a 2022 on a 22 registration Iveco Daily 70C21 Ilesbus iCity Max 31 seat PSVR compliant single deck minibus.